Hello and welcome to our video series for leaders in IT. Today's question is, how do I get MI actions done?
Done, 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 done,
Done.
done. So MI as in major incident.
Yes.
Actions done.
Yes.
Okay. So I've certainly seen this a few times, where, well, a lot of times, an incident happens that causes pain for customers, for teams, it causes pain for everybody. They're not a good thing, but they're going to happen all the time. Inevitably, there are some things that we will see that went wrong that maybe we could prevent, or some ideas that change direction, or whatever. But things that could make our ability to cope with a future incident better. The challenge, of course, is you've got that long list of actions. Where do they go? How do you get them done? So I feel the pain entirely of, I've got this list. There's certainly a few things that we can chat about on this. The first absolute probably don't is avoid autocracy here. Try not to just thumb down, force people to get the actions done. It might get you to the end of your list. You might be able to, by escalation, get something changed. But if you've kind of generally got an issue of actions not being taken, there's something deeper that's worth looking at. And I'd say that's probably in 2 or 3 areas in your organisation.
Okay.
Certainly one is around time. Before the incident happened, everybody was doing something. They weren't sitting on the bench waiting for the incident to happen. So given that that's the case, it's very easy then after the incident is finished to return to that work. Fire's gone out, customers are working again. What's the issue? So examine the amount of space that people have got as tip number 1 for the work. Are they measured and targeted on things elsewhere? In which case, why would they carry those actions through? So certainly start in that position. Second, I would say, I was going to say help people understand the impact, but in my career I don't think I've met an engineer that didn't understand the importance of a service being available to their customers. The only exception might be, going back to space, if people do have space to do it but aren't acting anyway, it may be worth telling a few stories and showing exactly what the pain that incident caused. Because then there's a little bit of you're trying to create some innate drive to do something about it.
Okay.
You're looking at me still. You're looking at me.
So how do you, so if the team has got, going back to the day-to-day, and they're really busy and they're answering calls and resolving customer queries and there's new products and all that stuff that goes on, how do you create the space? I mean, assuming you can't have everyone focusing on for days and days on end evaluating what's gone wrong, you've got to have a line somewhere and allocate the right resource.
Yeah, agreed. I think it's about balance.
Okay.
I think that's always in this stuff. You can't expect all of those actions to get done when the teams haven't had the time to do so. And recovery actions may be quite straightforward. The repair actions or prevention actions could be projects in themselves. You might need to go and find budget to actually, it's about time we removed this technology from the platform. So it really does depend. One area we haven't touched on, though, I think that's valuable, it just made me think of it, was around safety. There's a little bit of, as I started about autocracy, there's a bit of finger pointing during incidents, or can be. It's always the networking team, they always make the mistake. It was their problem, why don't they fix it? That also gets in the way of incident resolution, because people don't want to be tarred with the brush of causing problems because there are ramifications. So one thing you can certainly do is to start creating a much more blame-free environment for incident wash-up. So rather than trying to find the person that caused the problem or the department, what can we learn? How fantastic, we've had an opportunity, an issue has occurred here, what can we do as a result of it? Encourage people to talk about the things that might change. That might build a bit of intrinsic motivation in people, but also if you allow people to freely think about what's just happened without any fear of penalty, the list of actions you're going to get is probably better in the first place. Changing the technology just isn't going to do it. We've got to do this instead, and here's why. And you get some hypothesis that way.
Okay.
This is quite a deep subject, and it depends a lot on the circumstances you're in. The core theme, the main thing, is don't look to tell. What is it that's preventing people doing this innately? If your intention is to get to a learning organisation, which I would argue around availability and incidence you should be, what can we learn from the thing that's just happened? It's all about the space, the environment. It's not about managing a list of tasks. This is why the problem managers have such a difficult time, because they're inevitably seen as someone who's just pushing more work. Look at it a different way. You'll get a different result.
Okay, brilliant. Well, we hope that answers your question and gives you some tips and food for thought. If you have anything you'd like to share with us, we'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, many thanks, and we'll see you again very soon.